friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Heartbreak Hotel as recorded by Elvis Presley on guitar. Now this song is all based around an 8-bar blues chord progression. I'm going to break the whole thing down for you. We're going to use 3 chords for this song, so there's not a lot of chords, just what I call the 1, 4, and 5, and I'm going to show you the main progression that you could strum through the whole thing, and then I'll even show you some more note-for-note guitar parts and some walking bass lines as well. But before we jump in, if you're new here, I want to hook you up with something right away. I put together this awesome fretboard guide that's going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to play in any style, anywhere on the neck, and this is a system that I use for mapping out the fretboard, and I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide, or you can use the first link down below to grab your copy. All right, well, with that said, let's break this song down. Let's break down how to play Heartbreak Hotel as recorded by Elvis Presley on guitar. Now, this song is just an 8-bar blues chord progression that repeats over and over. Now, I'm going to show you the main progression, just sort of a simple way of checking out the chords. There's only 3. And then I'll show you some more note-for-note guitar parts. But I really want you to focus on this progression and just seeing how it's the same thing over and over again. So we need 3 chords. We need an E. The song's in the key of E, so I'm going to play just this standard E here. This is all 6 strings. Open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. Then we have an A7. We're going to use, this is what we call our 4 chord in the blues. And this is played from the 5th string down. Open, 2, 2, 2, and then I'm going to grab 3 there on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And you can use your index to do a bar and then your ring finger, or you could use your middle finger if that's more comfortable for you. That's a very common blues chord there. And then the last chord we need to know is B7. I'll play that from 5 down like this. 2, 1, 2, open, 2. So we've got E, A7, and B7. Now as a variation, if you want, you could play an E7 for the 1 chord. See, in the blues, a lot of the chords tend to be dominant 7ths, which is when you see a chord like E7 or A7, it's actually E dominant 7. That's its full name, but we just say E7. Now, when we put these into the progression, we're going to play 4 bars of our 1 chord, or our E. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Then we'll go to A7 for 2, 2, 3, 4, 2nd bar, then up to B7 for 1 bar, and then we'll finish back on E. So I want you to practice just going along with the recording, you know, just strumming like this. 1 simple strum per bar. 1, 2, then we go to A7. 3, 4, 1, 2, up to B7. Then E. Now the tune kicks off with just the vocal. Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. And what the guitar is doing is actually this E chord, but just the top 4 strings of it and up the octave. So if you want more of a note-for-note part, you could do something like this. 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so what I'm doing here is playing those same chords that we just learned, the 4 bars of E, 2 bars of A bar of B7, and a bar of E. But we're resting, and then we're coming in on this chord, 14, 13, 12, 12, way up here in the 12th position. which is just a little E chord up here, and we're gonna do an up-down strum on that, like this. 1, 2, 3, up, down, and then we'll rest right afterwards. So we're coming in on the and of 3, 3 and then coming down on beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you want, you could fall off it like that, kind of slide down. Then we've got really 2 bars of resting, but the bass comes in and goes. So I like playing guitar. You know, I like playing bass lines on guitar like that. It's a lot of fun to do. So what you can do is do this walk down. We're going from the E chord to the A chord. Remember, our progression goes from E to A. Here we're gonna walk down the notes E and then walk down to the open A string there. So that's what a bass player's job is, you know, to do in this sort of situation, is walk us from one chord to the next. So here we're just gonna go down, playing twice on each note. This is all on the 5th string. 7, 5, 4, 2. Then we go to our A7 chord. Now here I'm gonna kick into just a little shuffle strumming pattern. I'm gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all 8th notes with a little tie in there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up. I'll do 2 bars of that. Then move up to your B7 chord, do 1 bar, down, up, down, up. And remember, we go back to E in the last bar, but here I'm gonna switch back to a bass line and go. Okay, so that's just a little walking bass line, very common blues pattern. We're gonna play the open low E, slide into the 4th fret, then the 2nd fret on the 5th string, then back to the 4th fret on the low E. Very simple bass lines, but effective and fun to play. Then I'll finish just hitting that low E. You can hit an E power chord or an E full chord. I actually just like the 1 note. So all together it's, so well since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. A 1, 2, walk the bass, strum. And bass line. Again, a 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3 and 4. A 1, 2, walk the bass. The bass. All right, now when we end, there's this little break that happens. We come off of the B7 and the bass does this little lick, and we actually end with jazz chords. Check it out. That's how it ends. So that's the upright bass playing that part, but I like playing it again on guitar. It's fun, and this will give you a cool blues ending. We're gonna walk down 7, 5 on the 5th string, then we're gonna go to the low E string and play 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 0. Now rhythmically, this starts on the and a 1 in that last measure, bar 8 of our blues. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you should end up on beat 1 on that low E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then you can go. Now this is interesting because a lot of blues tunes end with, you know, dominant 7ths like what I was talking about earlier, but here we do major 7ths. So that's 8, 10, 9, 10. And then 7, 9, 8, 9, F major 7 to E major 7. It's a very common blues thing. You know, you go 1 fret up, and then you resolve. A lot of tunes use that. So 1. You could even slide into it if you want. So let's take it from the last 4 bars and play that ending lick. We'll start on the A7. A 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... So make sure you've got that main progression together using just the E, A, and B chords, and then you can go and add more of those walking bass lines or the high chord hits and practice along with the recording, and that's just going to help you put all of this together. And to help you even more, make sure to download my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below, and this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And this really comes in handy when you're playing especially chords like what we did today, E, A, and then B7, and moving those chords up the neck. This page is really going to help you for just understanding how those chords can move. So grab your copy completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. Next, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment and let me know your #1 struggle with guitar right now. Just comment it down below so I can make some future videos helping you out here on the channel. As always, thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll see you in another one real soon.